If your child would just listen the first time, you wouldn't have to yell, right? But here's the truth. Yelling usually makes kids less likely to listen. Now imagine this instead. You responding to the chaos with calm. You handling the meltdown and actually feeling proud, not ashamed or guilty. That version of you is possible. I'll show you how to get there, one kind, connected step at a time. In this video, you'll learn what to do in the moment when you're about to yell and how to calm yourself before things spiral. How to get your child to listen without raising your voice, using structure and connection instead of fear. Other ways to show kindness even during discipline, so you feel good about how you show up as a mom. Whether you've yelled today or just want to yell less tomorrow, you'll walk away with practical tools you can use right away. When your child is melting down, it can feel like you're in the middle of a storm. Loud, messy, emotional. And you know your job is to be the anchor. But how do you stay steady when everything inside you is rising like a tidal wave? How do you stay calm when you weren't raised that way? Or when you're exhausted, overwhelmed, and it feels like yelling is the only thing that works? This video is about learning how to stay grounded, not by being perfect, but by staying steady without giving up on yourself or your child. Let's talk about how to do that. Number one, structure first. Reduce the chaos that triggers yelling. Yelling often comes from overwhelm, not just emotion, but too many unknowns. And this may be for you as the mom, but also kids are more likely to cooperate when expectations are clear. So I want you to use routines and visual aids so your kids know what to do without constant reminders. Having to constantly remind my kids made me want to yell. It does, right? We have to find ways of coming at this problem from lots of different strategies, lots of different levels. This also supports ADHD kids who struggle with transitions and verbal overload. And maybe they're ADHD moms, like me. So how about an example? A morning checklist or visual schedule can reduce 80% of repeated instructions. Number two, know your triggers and catch the storm early. Yelling doesn't usually come out of nowhere. It builds. And if you can notice it earlier, you can interrupt it before it takes over. Track your common patterns. What do you usually yell about? Maybe it's in the mornings. Maybe you notice that you get triggered by a mess. Maybe back talk, or for me it was whining, seemed to send me over the edge. So track these patterns and then you'll be able to hear whining and hopefully get a little ding 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 in your brain to be careful here and to slow down is my first advice. Slow things down. Next, identify what emotional wound might be getting hit in yourself. Is it disrespect, carelessness, shame? Mindfulness and short meditations help you become aware of the first signs of emotional overwhelm. You are going to be better off if you are observant and aware enough that you start to notice your tight chest, your clenched jaw, or your fast breathing. Mindfulness and meditations and everything within that genre help you get more awareness of what's going on so you can catch feelings faster, so you can notice them. Noticing those early signals gives you time to pause, leave the room if needed, and ground yourself before reacting. One thing I want you to practice, try just 2 minutes a day of breathing or any kind of body scan to raise your emotional awareness over time. Mindfulness isn't about being Zen. It's about catching the moment before you lose it. Number 3, in the moment. Choose connection before correction. When you feel like yelling, do something completely unexpected, something incompatible with anger. For example, I once had a client who swore by sitting down on the floor when she was in that space where she felt like she was in danger of yelling at her kids. She got low. Usually when we're yelling, we're standing over them. If we sit down on the floor, an incompatible behavior with trying to dominate, it's going to help us be in the headspace where we stay calmer. But try it. If that one doesn't work, try something else. Another one of these same types of examples are whispering instead of raising your voice. You're doing something that's the opposite. You're teaching your brain to go the other way. Whisper, and you know what? You will notice if you whisper to your kids, all of a sudden they're like, what? It works. At least it will surprise them and get their attention. And that's a lot of times why we're yelling, to get their attention. Another thing you can do is gently touch their arm or their hand and wait for their eye contact before speaking. This is especially important for neurodivergent kids or any kids who are distracted at that moment. Take the time to get their attention first. They may otherwise not even hear you. Use short, clear phrases. Not my strong suit, but I worked on it, and practice makes it, if not perfect, better. Put your shoes on now. It's time to leave. And you know what? That's very direct, but you can say it in a matter-of-fact or even kind way. Put your shoes on now. It's time to leave. These techniques signal safety and shift your child's nervous system from fight or flight to regulation. Whispering and sitting physically interrupts your own escalation, and it models calm power. Reframe your thoughts. I'm not here to control. You can't control. You're kidding yourself when you think that you're in control. You're trying to inspire and motivate. So reframe your thoughts. I'm not here to control. I'm here to connect. And connection changes behavior. Maybe yours and theirs. Number 4, when you do yell, apologize and then repair. Make it a real apology. Don't make excuses. Be accountable. But yelling happens. It doesn't have to define the moment or your relationship. Just say something like, I yelled earlier and that wasn't okay. I'm really sorry. Don't add excuses. Just own it. Ask how your child felt and listen. This can be very motivating. It teaches emotional responsibility and it builds trust. Repair doesn't weaken your authority. Saying you're sorry doesn't weaken your authority. It strengthens your bond. Number 5, reinforce the behavior you do want to see. Yelling teaches what not to do, but kids need to know what to do instead. Praise effort. I saw how you stayed calm when your brother grabbed your toy. That was amazing. Have it be genuine. That is amazing if your child's 4 or however old they are. Use small, meaningful rewards, points, screen time, privileges to build habits. ADHD brains need more immediate and consistent feedback to stay motivated. So if you have a neurodivergent child, this stuff is even more important, but it's important for all kids. Do you want help setting this up? Check out my video, Rewards in Child Therapy. Do they work? From that, you'll learn how to make them work in your real life without bribery or sticker chart burnout. Keep building the calm, connected relationship you're working so hard for.